Welcome to Top 5 Historical Romance Anime Part 1. This time we will delve into the world of historical setting plus heartwarming romance, both together. From feudal Japan to Victorian England, these anime gems promises to sweep you off your feet. So let's explore this video together. But remember that this video is just the part 1 of the series. So if you are interested for more, make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you will not miss any of our golden content. Let's start with the list with the anime Yona of the Dawn. The kingdom of Koka is blessed with a beautiful princess whose childlike innocence charms all who comes across her. Named Yona, she has grown up sheltered in the royal palace, shielded from any dangers that may befall her. However, all good things must come to an end. Yona's perfect world comes crashing down when a heinous act of treason threatens to erase all that she holds dear to, including her birthright as a princess of Koka. Left with no one to trust but her childhood friend and loyal bodyguard Sonhak, she is forced to flee the palace. Faced with the perils of surviving in the wild with a target on her back, Yona realizes that her kingdom is no longer the safe haven it was once. Free from the shackles of naivety, Yona vows to do everything in her power to become strong enough to crush her enemies. With Hak by her side, she must piece together the remains of an ancient legend that might be the key to reclaiming her kingdom from those who conspires to steal it from her. Next one is My Happy Marriage. Misery seems everlasting in Mio Saimori's life. Born from an arranged marriage, she was quickly discarded from her mother's tragic death. Her father remarried and her younger half-sister Kaya received all of the affection, while Mio was degraded to a lowly servant. Lacking the strength to fight against her family's abuse, Mio loses any hope that her luck will ever return. Unexpectedly, Mio's father summons her to deliver surprising news. She is to marry Kyoka Kudo, the head of the distinguished Kudo family. Despite his noble background, Kyoka is known to be a callous man, who has thus far dismissed all of his former fiancés. Upon arriving at the Kudo household, Mio expected a bad treatment and to be tossed aside. However, contrary to her assumptions, Kyoka shows her the kindness and love that she has desperately needed. Marrying Kyoka may be Mio's one of the chance to break free from her neglected family and embrace a life of happiness. Next one is Snow White and the Red Hair. Although her name means Snow White, Shirayuki is a cheerful, red-haired girl living in the country of Tanbaru, who works diligently as an apothecary at her herbal shop. Her life changes drastically when she is noticed by a silly prince of Tanbaru, Prince Raji, who then tries to force her to become his concubine. Unwilling to give up her freedom, Shirayuki cuts her long red hair and escapes into the forest, where she is rescued from Raji by Zen Vistalia, the second prince of the neighboring country, and his two aides. Hoping to repay her debt to the trio someday, Shirayuki sets her sight on pursuing a career as a court herbalist in Zen's country, Clarence. Akagami no Shirayuki Hime depicts Shirayuki's journey towards a new life at a royal palace of Clarence, as well as Zen's endeavors to become a prince worthy of his title. As loyal friendship are forged and deadly enemies are formed, Shirayuki and Zen slowly learns to support each other as they walk into their own paths. Next anime is Prom Up on Poppy Hill. Atop a hill overlooking a seaside port sits a boarding house named as Konkilikot Manor. Since the building is run by her family, Umi Matsuzaki carries out many of his duties involved in managing the small establishment, such as preparing meals for her fellow boarders. When she isn't at home, she is a student at a local high school, one that is currently dealing with a small crisis. In an anticipation of the upcoming Olympic Games, a beloved old clubhouse is said to be demolished to make a new for the modern building. As a result, a large part of the student body has band together, working tirelessly to prevent this from happening. Umi finds herself helping the newspaper club to spread information about this cause, where she befriends Shun Kazama, who she gradually begins to fall in love with. But Shun is an orphan who doesn't know much about his origin, and when the two begin searching for clues for the boy's past, they discover that they may have a lot more in common than either of them could have ever thought. Next one and the last one is Taisho Otome Fairy Tale. Self-styled spermicist Tamahiko Shima lives alone in the mountains of Chiba after losing the use of his right hand in the same car accident that took his mother's life. Deemed incapable by his father and other wealthy relatives, he has been forced to exile. He experiences ideal days of reading and sleepless nights of irresistible angst. True to Shima's famous pride and determined not to disgrace his family, Tamahiko is resigned to his new duty, stay in the mountains and wait for death to put an end to his suffering. However, on one snowy night, Tamahiko's insomnia is interpreted by someone knocking at the door. He then meets a 14-year-old Yuzuki Tachibana, who announces that she has come to be his future wife. Suddenly, Tamahiko remembers his father promising to send him a bride to assist him in his daily life. Although she was sold as a bride to repay her family's debt, Yuzuki proves to be a thoughtful, diligent, and dedicated to Tamahiko. Will the world-weary teenager prove insensitive to the rare breeze of kindness her presence brings to his monotonous existence? And that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you for joining on this video through the world of historical romance anime. We hope you have discovered some of the new favorite anime and felt magic of love across different eras. Stay tuned for part 2 as we continue to unravel more timeless masterpieces. Until next time, keep the romance alive. I will see you in the next one. Sayonara.